Welcome to Media Day. How are you feeling?
Good, thank you.
That's it? That's all you're going to give me?
That's about all I got, yeah.
So what did you think about this matchup when you heard about it? What were your first thoughts?
Yeah, we were pretty excited. Obviously, Kelvin is quite the name here in the middleweight division and has accomplished a lot in the UFC. So it was definitely a matchup that was worth dropping everything and coming out. We got a little short notice. I was telling the UFC I wanted to fight in end of October, early November, but then we got this one. So we just sort of dropped everything and came out to Vegas and did the rest of my training camp, and yeah, here we are. It's definitely one to get excited about. He's a good fighter, but stylistically I think it works really well in my favor, so it'll be an exciting fight.
You mentioned like a little bit of a short notice. Do you kind of prefer that? Because I've heard there's some fighters that like that. They don't have to sit around and think about an opponent too long or overtrain. Sounds like maybe you wanted a little bit more time. What did you think of that? In the long run, do you prefer to have a full camp?
It's hard to say. I think I mentally prefer a full camp because then you feel like you've done more. But practically it might be better to do a shorter camp. I don't get out of shape. I don't need to diet. So I went into this camp just over 200 pounds. So it's not like I need to waste half of the camp getting down to fight weight. So 3 weeks turned out really good, actually. So I feel great, feel healthy, feel ready. So I think it's good.
Have you run into your opponent at all in the hotel at all and had any interaction with him, or?
Just once, just said hi. Wasn't too exciting.
There's no bad blood or anything?
No. I've only met Kelvin once before. We shared a warm-up room in Austin, I think. And seems like a super cool guy. I have no reason to have any bad blood with him.
Sometimes I hear fighters say, "Oh, I saw my opponent and he looks like he's limping slightly on the, toe of the, they overanalyze everything that they see for the 2 seconds." Are you like that? Did you see anything in him that maybe kind of surprised you or excited you?
No, I do like seeing my opponent. It reminds me that they're just a human too. But no, he was just sitting down signing posters. I mean, it's not like, even if I was trying to see something, there wasn't anything to see. So
there's no like signing hand that might be injured. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's cramping in his hand already. He must be weak.
What does a win specifically over Kelvin do for your career?
I mean, I could use a win in general. I feel like, I know it was a close fight, but I feel like I should have won my last one. And I'm just trying to get out here and finally get a win streak going. So it's the first step to that. I'm tired of bouncing back and forth between wins and losses, and so just go out there, do my job, do what I can do, and try to put a win streak together.
And I'm not sure if you're paying attention at all to what's going on with boxing, but I'm wondering if you have a prediction for the main event for the boxing?
No, I have not been paying attention. Boxing never really interested me that much, so no, I have not been paying attention.
Thank you.
Also, I've been sort of stressed out with my camp and throwing everything together, so I know nothing about the outside world right now.
Thank you.
Dustin, when you talk about, the wins and the losses, the flip-flops kind of since 2021, what do you think it's been that hasn't allowed you to kind of get on track and get, say 2 back-to-back wins?
I mean, it's always hard to tell. Some of it is coming into a debut and being really sick and weak, and that just destroyed my confidence for the first couple fights. And then even when I went in and did fairly well, the nervousness would catch up with me, and then I would make stupid mistakes. And then things started to get a little bit better, and then I feel in the second half of my UFC career, obviously mistakes are always made in fights, and I've been making some, but I feel like there's a bit of bad luck in there too. I feel like I'm getting caught out and punished really hard on mistakes that wouldn't have to be punished that hard. Like you go out and you watch fights and you're like, oh, there's a mistake, and then it still goes to decision or the guy still wins. And it's like when I make a mistake, I get punished really hard for it. So part of it's just trying to reduce the mistakes that I make, try to reduce the bad decisions that I make. But at the end of the day, it is a bit of a dice roll what we're doing out here. So sometimes you just have a bit of bad luck.
I was just going to ask about the mental side of things, right? Because we hear stories about guys being, gym fighters, right? Where they're unbelievable in the gym some days, and then they go out there and the bright lights turn on and they just kind of freeze, right? As far as the mental aspect on your end, like, have you experienced things like that, or I just kind of curious about the things that have gone on mentally in some of the fights that you've had recently.
Yeah, I used to perform better in the octagon than I did in training, like back in my regional days. But then with that first loss in the UFC, I just put a lot of pressure on myself, and it became I became really stiff and really tight, and that definitely didn't help. Yeah, I sort of lost my train of thought on that one. But it's been getting a lot better. I feel a lot more confident, a lot more loose going out there. And it's the pieces are all coming together. I mean, now coming into my 10th fight, it's about time, but it's been a process.
I was just going to say, is there anything specifically that you, like a pre-fight routine or anything like that you have to do to let yourself know, like, hey, I'm locked in. I've lined up these sort of things before the fight. I don't need to worry about being nervous anymore. I'm locked in. Or is it just kind of, like you said, one fight at a time and slowly getting better and less nervous as you get in there?
It's sort of one fight at a time. Yeah, I can be a bit of a nervous person in general. I'm not, I don't know, the most self-confident and flamboyant person out there. There's guys out here that they just ooze with confidence, and I'm not that guy. But I have been working on getting my pre-fight routine a little bit more dialed in, working on in camp, trying to mimic some of the things that I experience right before a fight, and so it feels more familiar, and that's been helping a lot.
And then last question, I feel like there's kind of always this narrative surrounding Kelvin Gastelum about the weight issue. Obviously the fight's at 185. It is Noche UFC. There's a lot of good food around this week. Is there any worries about Kelvin Gastelum's weight this week?
No, I'm hoping he does. I mean, I'll take 30%. That's fine. He can come in a heavyweight. Oh, I'm good.
Hey, Dustin. Kelvin is likely going to have massive crowd support here in this one. How comfortable are you playing spoiler?
Oh, I'm fine with playing spoiler. I honestly loved walking out in Canada against Mark. It was, I don't know, it's funny. I think it's great. I mean, whether or not they're cheering or booing, I just like the energy. So, yeah, I'm fine playing spoiler. All right, thank you.